What up, y'all? It's Coffee. Back with an update, man. Tory Lanez getting shanked up has been going wild viral in the news today. People celebrating like crazy. I was a bit shocked by that. Were you? I don't know. Let me know. But man, also in the news, kind of being overshadowed in a sense by the shanking. Diddy's trial started today, and check out this sick fucking update, man. Sean Combs' ex-trafficking trial kicked off today. Prosecutors claim Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura was forced to let a male prostitute, aka ex-worker, urine ate in her mouth. Combs allegedly filmed it for blackmail and threatened to destroy her career. Cassie is expected to testify in the upcoming days. Now, that's not something I remember seeing blasted out in the news, as far as the case and all that. That's some sick, twisted ish, man. Let's check out what people are saying about this. But, man, do you believe that? First off, I want to know, what do you think about the case? There was a lot of legal analysts saying they thought Diddy could actually beat the case, but he was rushing it. That if, he let his attorneys postpone things and kick back for a year or so, that he had a better shot to beat the case. But I don't know. Diddy's like, he wants to get right to it. Everyone has either said F Diddy or they don't even want to talk about him, other than Stevie J. That's it. I haven't seen anyone else. Oh, and I saw one promoter say, hey, Diddy might have been having these crazy X parties or whatever. But the promoter said, aside from those parties, dude was like, I know I've been to parties that he did that changed the game for hip hop, bringing more money to the genre and getting more networking, getting it out there with clubs and just bringing people to the game that typically didn't even want to be involved in hip hop, like that venues didn't want anything to do with it, that Diddy kind of bridged the gap, where he brought hip hop all over in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But the dude wasn't downplaying any of the allegations. He was just saying, hey, I don't know if this is true or not. It very well may be true, but dude just wanted, I forget the promoter's name, but he just wanted it to be known that aside from all that, Diddy did do this with these kind of parties. But let's see some of the reactions. Sick Fluck. Oh, girl that posted this says truly is. Someone says, please keep your eyes open for Lou Taylor slash TriStar documentation and involvement. She helped create the illegal conservatorship on Britney Spears and Lord knows what else. So anyone familiar with Lou Taylor? I mean, the Britney Spears conservatorship was very real. That was something in the news a couple years ago as Britney was trying to break the chains and get free of it all. And then once she did, she was going crazy, posting herself butt-ass naked on social media and just celebrating her freedom. Hey, she can do however she wants to do, Someone says, yuck. I do sure hope she has some extreme security surrounding her 24/7. Listen, I believe that to be true. Are you believing that Diddy very well may be on some ish like that? Do you believe that to be true, that he would be on some ish trying to intimidate, hurt, coerce witnesses? Someone else here I see says something about R. Kelly. Obviously, we know the sick ish R. Kelly was doing, peeing on women and ish like that. Or we should say young girls underage, the sick flucker that he is. I can't believe people still try to, I was the biggest R. Kelly fan. But listen, it is factual. It is proven he was a serial CHILD Nashville predator. That's a fact, man. I don't know why people that's coming. I was a huge fan. But Kells is who he is. It's not a lie. He's in prison where he belongs, and you can't tell me no different. But if you want to debate that or whatever, please join the discussion in the comments, as well as anyone else finding this channel. Hit the button, subscribe, join the discussion. We're going to be covering this trial as well as numerous other news stories. We talk it all over here. But yeah, R. Kelly's name obviously coming up in this, and we found out when he got the Fed case, as Diddy's charged by the feds as well, that the way R. Kelly beat some of those other cases was by witness tampering and things like that. The feds did a very thorough job with R. Kelly. They went back, got everyone involved with that illegal marriage when Aaliyah was underage, R.I.P. Aaliyah. That all got exposed. And the people, they either were prosecuted or they flipped and testified on R. Kelly. Like the feds went back and got it all. And we saw them doing or attempting to do that in this Diddy case with J-Lo, Shyne Poe. I never got to see that Shyne Poe documentary. Let me know if you have, if you did, the one on Hulu. I think it's, what's it called? Something Shyne Poe. Humbly Yours Shyne Poe, or Honorable Shyne Poe, I think. Tap in if you've seen it, if you mess with it, if you thought it was good or not. If it's worth watching, your thoughts, and again, as well as everything else we touch on here. Anyone new, I cannot stress that enough, that it's all about hearing from the people on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Hit me with all your takes, all your opinions. But they went back into that situation. The feds were trying to get at J-Lo. Did Diddy make you hold the GUN? What exactly happened? Because Diddy beat that case. Shyne got 9 and then was deported back to his native Belize, where he is till this day. And now, he switched his life up. He's in politics. He's trying to push this movement, the opposition, that will pass legislation that will allow him to push to be prime minister and follow in his father's footsteps, which he has not been able to because of the criminal record, the time that he did. Shyne just had a green card back then. They let him do that 9 years. He walked out them prison gates. They snatched him up immediately and took him to a federal detention center in Batavia, New York. I think he got out of Clinton. And, he sat there for a good 6 months or so until he was deported. Imagine that, doing all that time, be set to come home and the feds snatch you up. But, and then we heard Suge Knight doing his podcast and everything from behind the wall, saying that he's heard that that's why Diddy and Ben Affleck, who are married for the second time, maybe they'll have to go for the third time. Third time's a charm sometimes, right? But we heard that allegedly, according to Suge Knight, who I will say tells some tall tales and is a bit of a storyteller, he was saying that the feds were pressing J-Lo, and when she did not want to cooperate or just wasn't interested in talking about what happened, if Diddy made her hold the GUN or not, the feds, according to Suge Knight, played dirty and showed Ben Affleck some of the freak-off footage, and Ben up and left her. Something happened where they broke up. Do you believe that to be true? Let me know. But the feds, coming for Diddy, they came for R. Kelly. Trials kicking off. Y'all see what it is. Let's go over some of these reactions here, and then I'm going to close this video out, y'all. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. But yeah, do you believe like she needs that security? I believe it, man. I hear he's going to claim 3rd stage syphilis. Seems logical. Now listen, obviously they're joking, but it just shows you how wild and twisted this case is, man. The ish that was going on, man, with these wicked parties behind the scenes. Here it is, like I just told you. Diddy was like, hold my beer and watch this, R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Someone says, well, that is a mouthful of info. That's nasty work. It's a joke. But, again, it just shows you how sick and demented all this is. And it's just so crazy, too, with all the actuality and actual ish being pushed out to the masses over the mainstream. It's twisted. It has a deep psychological effect on society. You know what I'm saying? And the youth growing up. You know what I mean? Like, if some of these demons could have their way, the youth in society will have no more morals, and in 10 years it shall be all twisted out here. It'll be hell on earth. Some say it already is. The first of many disgusting accusations. I hope this reveals the exposure of the repulsive behavior of Hollywood. So with Hollywood being mentioned, it brings up the question or the narrative what we saw with some of the Epstein stuff. You know what I mean? That this goes on a large scale, and there's this demonry going on in a ritualistic way, a ritualistic manner. Jump in the comments with your thoughts about all this. Someone says this is all a Hollywood, so someone is seconding that previous comment, which just had me bringing up the rituals and all this. What a horrific human being. And then we're going to close this one out here. This is the last comment that will put someone, it seems, defending Diddy. They say, yet they all came back for more. Again and again and again. They all came for the massive parties and celebrities and fame, whoring while doing unlimited D-rugs and drinking until they passed out, hanging out with swingers and hired swinger talent. Want to wonder about selective memory? I'm not saying I agree with the lifestyle, but almost certainly this is the majority of the case. Now, there is people that do that. They play victim. They play the victim card selectively. But I don't think that's what's going on with Cassie. And a lot of the allegations and things that have been revealed and the footage that we saw, which, again, that still blows my mind that footage was in the cut for so long. Like, it's so hard to process, to believe. How many people were involved in being paid off for that? And how crazy was it that no one else came out into the hallway or nothing, right? Like, what, did he have the whole floor to himself? I don't know. But I think she was trying to get away for a minute. I don't think that this is some selective victim playing or anything. I think Cassie truly was fearing for her life and her well-being. And that takes us back to that initial comment that someone left about security. Where is it? And that'll close this video out here, right here. I sure do hope she has some extreme security surrounding her 24/7. Like, real talk, man. I believe it. Witness tampering. Individuals get off with that type of ish all the time. The feds don't play that. That's why they were not budging at all by any means on a bail for Diddy. His high-paid, high-powered attorneys tried their damnedest. You know what I mean? We saw that with the case in which we were speaking of with Shyne, where he went away. Diddy had a legal dream team. He had he had Johnny Cochran. He had some guy that defended Sammy the Bull Gravano before. Like, Diddy did not spare any expense in hiring an attorney now, then, ever. Nor will he, So this is for it. This is for everything, man. If Diddy is convicted, they're going to put this man away forever in a day. The trials here, like I said, I believe this would be getting a lot more news coverage, but the shocking news of Tory Lanez getting poked up in the yard out there in Cali and being airlifted to a Bakersfield hospital has dominated the news headlines today. But it's Diddy, man. The trials here, a lot to unpack, a lot to discuss on this one. I thank y'all so much again for tuning in. Let's talk about it all. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to cover it all, like I said, as well as other stuff over here if you're new. Music, sports, current events, all that. So subscribe, and we'll also have live streams where you can call in and we can coffee talk it up on this stuff. That's what we do, is coffee talk it up with Jay Coffee. So there y'all have it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Look forward to talking to you all in the comments, and I'm gone.